Well, good morning, Long Haul Tanker, straight razor shaving with Long Haul Tanker. And today is Monday, September the 8th, 2025 at approximately 12:30 p.m. Central Time. And I'm located in the new digs at on Alaska, our new home. And I say our new home, uh, anyway, our house is now up for sale in Spring, Texas. We got hired a realtor, and he's got the sign out front. Saturday was the official photography day, where they took pictures, and he's supposed to get all that posted up and up on the line and do what realtors do, agents do in getting a house sold. And he's very reassuring that he's going to be able to get the house sold near believed market value. We'll see about that. Anyway, on with the shave. And today's an off day. Now we're kind of caught up. We're out of the house. We got everything out, moved. We got slowing down a little bit. Yes, we have some unpacking to do, but it's not the sense of urgency that we did previously have. And so today's an off day for me. You can take the day off. And it's easier for me when my wife is working from home and it's a work day for her, and she can say to me, take the day off. On the weekend, she's off. She likes to work. She wants me to work with her. And there's no saying, no, it's the weekend, I'm taking the weekend. No, there's none of that. But we do have almost an acre of land here, and it's in the country, and we it feels like we're Little House on the Prairie, except they're way up in South Dakota, where and just trees and vines and growth and we feel like we're just clearing out the land. We got stumps. And anyway, yesterday was a fun day with a chainsaw, but that's another story. All right, let's get started with the equipment. The razor for this morning is a Philharmonica. We're working our way through that set. It's a 13 Philharmonica 13. It's a Novo Dur. Somebody's going to have to explain to me the differences. I mean, I know some of the differences, but double temple, Novo Dur, Sub-Zero, Inox. And of course, the last two, I know Sub-Zero has to do with the forging process, a freezing Sub-Zero process. The Inox is stainless steel. But what's the real difference between the Novo Dur and the double temple and the mulatto? There's a mulatto. It's not mulatto. The bull, whatever they call the bull. All right. On the back, it's got the Jose Montserrat. No, it says made in Spain. Sorry, Español. Fabrication Español, made in Spain. The front side says Jose Montserrat Poo. I've got two. This is the better of the two of the Novo Durs. I've got a total of 4 Philharmonicas. The other one, the edge is, if I had to do it over again, I wouldn't buy it. But the edge is not exactly 100% true straight. And I just don't have the heart to hone off to make it straight when it works adequately. It works perfectly fine as is. Anyway, okay, so that's that on the blade, on the razor, and we're using the QED Select. Is it the lighting? I don't know what it is here. QED Select, Manchurian Silvertip Badger, Faux Garnet, 24 millimeter, just absolutely wonderful brush. It's so soft, but it's not floppy. I used a VP Leon Hardy brush here recently, and that's a floppy brush, but I'm getting used to it. I'm getting used to it. I've had it for 7 years, but I didn't have it in rotation. I didn't use it a lot, but because it was so floppy. But this one is not. It's all of the QED Select brushes that I have, which is now 3 because I gave one away. I'm looking over here to my right because I've got a cabinet where I can see all my brushes and most of my regular gear and rotation is right there. Okay, back in the water for a minute. And the soap that we're going to use today, pause. And so picking up where we were just suspended there, the interval of about 2 minutes. Our soap for today is Alighieri, Sterling Soap Company, Alighieri, and it's a delightful scent. I'm not gonna go over all of that because I just, you can read it online. It's just nice. I like it. And the Sterling Soap Company soaps are just phenomenal. And most of them work very well. Okay, enough said on that. All right, I'm gonna start lathering here. My wife tells me that we've got a workman coming, and so I may have to suspend my shave and wipe the lather off and go take care of him and then come back and finish my shave, and kind of like a two-parter situation. So we'll see what happens with that. I did not have a shower this morning. I did do a haircut before the shave. My shower was last night after I was hot and sweaty from working in the yard all day. And that seems to be where my life is headed, is working in the yard and getting all the unwanted growth dislodged and burnt. And I got 2 burn barrels up, and I'm doing a lot of burning. And that's all right. That's all right. That part of it's fun. Burning and cutting. I had a most enjoyable day yesterday with the chainsaw and cutting stuff into pieces and getting it cut for the burn barrel. Cut down a little tree. That we wanted out of the way. I've got pine trees, I've got oak trees aplenty on the acre. I've got a big pine tree that looks like it was snapped off by a tornado, and there was one that went through here a couple years ago and left some damage in the general neighborhood. I'm not to my property specifically. So we got a workman coming out to give us a bid on gutters for the house. And he's coming from Livingston, which is about 18 miles. To the east, and that's fine, but I'll probably have to stop and wipe the lather off, and but maybe I can get done with my first pass. I got some light music, relaxing, comfortable music. Today's about rest and relaxation. And frankly, trying to get my back, my right hip and lower mid-level back on the right side is almost debilitating. Almost. It's very sore. Anyway. And that was one of the reasons, in fact, that was a significant part of the reason why we chose early retirement, which is simply to say, I'm just not looking to go back to work. Nobody wants to, there's no trucking company that's going to hire me at my age and my requirements for a job. I want a simple route job, say from Houston to San Antonio to Dallas back to Houston. All right, here we go. 3 days of whiskers on my face, and with a head shave this morning, or head haircut. This Philharmonica was honed up on as were all four of the Philharmonicas, honed up on the Shapton Glass series all the way out to 30,000. Recent videos I watched Jared Connerty last night. His most recent, I think it was his most recent, pretty sure. And Sean Staplefeld on his recent video on stropping, which he did a very good job, was spot on perfect in his analysis and conclusions about stropping. People like to take these things to extreme measures that happen maybe 0.05% of the time, which is like to say almost never. Now, if you're stropping at an angle that goes straight down then straight up in a U-shaped fashion, yeah, your angle's probably too steep, and you may roll the edge. This is steel. This isn't aluminum foil where you can just wad it up. This is steel. Now, it does come down to a very fine, what they call a foil edge or apex, but that don't mean it's as flimsy as foil. Now, it's just a foil is like, well, fencing isn't one of the implements, one of the swords that's used in fencing called a foil, but nobody thinks of it as aluminum foil that is just going to wad up. No, it's strong steel. This is strong steel, even right down to the apex. Excellent. And then Eric at Cajun Blade this morning, I watched his recent video on, and he made the point in there about, just enjoy the hobby. And that's why we do what we do. We're not looking at, we make, declarative statements like this is the best way to do something, and it probably is, whatever that thing is, or anyway, I'm not going to go into all of that because it's exhausting to have to argue with, there was a title of a book one time called Arguing with Idiots. All right. So, thank you for joining me. If you're just running across me, feel free to subscribe. We always like subscribers. Yeah, let's see if I can get through this without having to refresh the lather, which I probably should. It's all right. I'm going to go out and check the burn barrels in a minute, make sure they're still burning from late yesterday afternoon. I had a really good bed of coals burnt down. Both yesterday morning when I went out, it didn't take nothing for to use those coals from the day before to build a good raging fire. And then yesterday morning, to do the same. So no rain in the forecast. We did have a couple of days of rain last week that just saturated everything. We're going to do a 3-pass shave. And so we just completed the first pass, which is, for me, with the grain. That is to say, from top to bottom, north to south. And now we're going to do, from the ear to the mouth. And this will be a left-handed draw stroke from the ear to the mouth, east to west, as some say. Now, I've always been a big believer in stretching the skin as best you can. All right, he's here, so I've got to go. And we'll pick this up in just a little bit. All right, long haul tanker. I'm back for the next segment. That was an interval, an absence of about close to an hour, taking care of some workmen that are coming by to do some work for us and put gutters on the house, and we'll see how all of that turns out. So I'm going to repeat this. All right, there we go. Those are my cheating strokes. A couple against the grains, so that when I come back with my against the grain third pass, there's a little bit already taken care of, although there's still plenty there. Well, I do think I said at the beginning of the video, or near the beginning of the video, that I got 3 days of whiskers on my face, or had. Oh yeah, that feels real good. All right, let's check the sideburns and do the finishing strokes. And we'll be done with the face shave and on to the head shave. All right, that feels real good. And we'll feel better when when I get the final refinements on. You know, with all the sterling soaps that I've got, I don't think I've ever, I do not believe that I have or have ever tried a sterling soap that I did not think was just terrific, both in the lather making capabilities and in the scent. Some are better than others, of course, based upon personal preference, but nothing that can't be used and or tolerated for the life of the bowl, for the life of the puck. put my shaving brush down in the water, let it begin soaking and melting the lather back into the water. Well, I made reference that I had a haircut this morning, and it's hard to see the short hairs. Okay. Doing the back of the neck. All right. And so that's it for the razor. Philharmonica, number 13, Jose Montserrat Poo, and Novo Dur. We'll show it to you one more time because I want to. I like it. I don't understand why that just won't come in just real good. And there's the face of the blade. I'm going to set it aside. Right there. All right, now let's do another rinse on the brush and set it aside. And then, yeah, well, I'm not quite ready here now, am I? I got that. I'll use that. I'll use that. Okay. Well, I'm a believer in the ingredients in the soap. If the ingredients in the soap were important enough to put into the soap for skin softening and lather preparation, etc., then I believe they're suitable for post-shave rinse and this little bit of soaking there, as you can see, and then to moisten the face to run the alum block over. Oh, that's nice. Well, the good news is there's no nicks, no cut, no blood. I've been scoring pretty good on shaves in that regard lately. That's why I say it at the end of the shave, not at the beginning, because I'm sure to jinx it. All right, then we're gonna moisten the rag and wring it out. And wipe the alum off my face and head. And I've said it before, you don't want to get alum on a stainless steel, or pardon me, certainly a carbon steel. Or any other. Because it will stain, and I've shown you some stains that I have gotten from alum on some of my razors, some of my good razors even. Very expensive blades, and nobody wants to even accidentally damage. All right. Oh, that's just absolutely wonderful. It's beautiful. It's smooth. I am going to put some George Trumper Coral Skin Food on there. I am going to go outside for a little bit when I'm done with my shave, probably not very long. I'm going to check on my fire from yesterday, make sure it's still burning. I did look at it while the workmen were here, and it's still quite hot. The coals deep down are still burning, it seems like. All right, I'm gonna dump this bowl of water. I don't shave in the basin because I can't stand the basin. Yeah, that's the way I feel about it too. All right, next, let's see here. Bay rum, Virgin Island, Pinard, Clubman, Bay rum. It kind of goes with the general, very nice sort of tropic scent from the coral. Oh, that was nice. Didn't overly burn, but the alum block kind of tempers that a little bit. Okay. Put that aside, and because it is so warm down here near Houston, humidity and so forth, I'm going to put on some this is Pinard Clubman face powder or cornstarch body powder. And I guess it'd be all right to call it barber powder, because that's what they make, is barber shaving. All right, there's that. That's good. I got this little wooden bowl that I keep a little splash of powder in. When I pour it directly into the brush, then put it on my head, it just makes a big powder bomb, and I don't like that. And so keeping it in the bowl and using the brush to dip the tips and then apply makes it a lot better, in my opinion. All right, that's it. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you later down the road, down the road of time and life.